Hello there, my beautiful angels, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a highly requested topic, and that is how to lose weight or how to get to your dream body fast, easy, and permanently. I am the first one to have tried any possible crazy diet to lose weight, and I went through the struggles of losing the weight really fast and then gaining it right back and feeling super restricted, and it got to such a toxic cycle with gaining and losing weight and feeling like self-conscious about it and nitpicking at everything I was eating, everything I was doing, because I didn't have the right mindset when it came to losing the weight. I didn't have the right mindset. I was seeing it as I'm going to lose weight so I can be healthy or so I can be attractive, instead of knowing that I am beautiful, knowing that I am attractive, knowing that I am worthy, and I am worthy enough to treat myself with love and care and be healthy. Think about it like you want to be the kind of person that enjoys working out, that enjoys eating healthy foods. You don't want to feel like you're constantly fighting against yourself and nothing you do is ever good enough because you don't look the way you want to look. You will look exactly how you want to look if you focus on your health. If you focus on creating good habits for yourself instead of focusing on the results, you will see results. You will see faster results. They will come easier to you. They will feel more natural, and you will just be overall enjoying the experience of losing weight. I lost about 30 pounds in around 6 months. And although saying 6 months doesn't make it sound very glamorous, I know there's so many quick fixes and hacks to try to promise to you that you're going to lose weight overnight, but the reality is there is no overnight cure. You need to change your lifestyle completely, and if you're able to do that in 6 months or 3 months or even a year, the fact that you changed your lifestyle, you won't ever go back. So I lost about 30 pounds over the course of 6 months, and I did this back in 2019. Yeah. So since then, it's 2024 right now when I'm filming this. I have kept the weight off. I have stayed consistent in my exercising, in my diet, in my lifestyle. I never gain or lose more than 5 pounds at a time. And with the techniques that I use to lose the weight, I can use those same techniques to maintain the weight and maintain my body the way I want it to be, and be able to have the freedom to skip the gym a couple times, or eat some foods that are more like desserts and more junk food, or occasionally eat my fast food, processed food, whatever it is that you enjoy doing but you know it's not so good for you, you will still have the freedom to be able to do it occasionally. But you're going to go from the type of person that does it consistently every day to the type of person that is consistently healthy but allows themselves to enjoy things that are not so healthy, but maybe they're just pleasurable. Because a lot of these foods that we're eating, they're not for our nutrition, they're simply for pleasure. If your body is not getting the nutrients that it needs, how can you expect it to function properly? How can you expect to have physical health, mental health, emotional balance, emotional health, if you are not giving your body the basic nutrients it needs. If you are solely relying on junk foods, processed foods, and overeating constantly, you are not giving yourself what you need. You are not setting yourself up for success. And I guarantee you, you're going to have other issues with your health. You're going to have issues with your emotions. You're going to have imbalances in your hormones. It's going to be a whole world of pain and suffering. And it has nothing to do with your weight. It has more to do with what you're eating and the foods that you're giving yourself. Because they tell you that, oh, just consume less calories and work out more. But if the calories that you're consuming are all processed junk foods, you are actually not being healthy. Maybe you look skinny, but that doesn't mean that you're healthy. So figuring out and understanding that appearances don't show everything. The way that you look in the mirror doesn't reflect your actual health. You need to follow your intuition. Make sure that you feel healthy above all. It's not about feeling skinny. It's not about feeling fat. It's about feeling healthy. You know when you're eating something that you don't need to eat. You know when you are overly restricting yourself and you're gonna snap and then binge on some food. This was something that I experienced as well, is because I would have these super restrictive diets when I was trying to lose weight. And so I would lose a lot of weight really fast, and I would get to a point where I would just snap and then go on like a binge eating spree for like a week or a month, and then gain the weight right back. And then I would feel super bad about myself because I couldn't keep the weight off. And it was like this whole dreadful experience losing the weight in the first place because I was so restrictive. So restrictive. And I'm here to tell you, you don't need to do any of that. You get to have your dream body in a way that is easy for you. It's going to be some effort. You're going to have to push yourself out of your comfort zone little by little. But you're gonna enjoy the process because you're getting healthier every day and you're slowly getting towards your goal in a way that when you get to that ideal body weight that you set for yourself, or you look in the mirror and you are happy with the way that you look, but you are also happy with the way that you feel health-wise, emotionally, mentally, then you'll be able to stay there because you will have built this identity and these habits that you will have completely transformed. So I've tried so many diets, like I said, they've all led to gaining weight right back, and slow and steady wins the race. You want to think about this like you are changing your lifestyle, not just you're going to eat less or eat more or eat different foods or exercise more. It's not about being who you are and forcing yourself to do things. It's about observing yourself at where you are and tapping into the identity of someone who already has those habits. You are not going to be you anymore. You're going to change. You're going to transform for the better with your permission. It's not going to happen against your will. That's why so many people gain the weight, lose the weight, or they like me, you try a bunch of different diets trying to change yourself, but until you step into that new identity, you're not going to keep the weight off. You're not going to keep the results that you're looking for. So the way I did this is I implemented one habit at a time. I went very slowly. I didn't do everything all at once. This is a common mistake people make, is that they try to completely change all their habits at the same time. So they want to start working out every day, also eat healthier, also don't eat junk food, also wake up at 5 a.m. and do yoga. Like, all these different habits are great. You're going to have all these good habits, but you need to start with one thing. Because if you try to implement all 4 things into your life and you're not currently doing any of them consistently at all, you are going to burn out quick. You are not going to be able to maintain it. Your identity hasn't caught up to that yet. Your mindset is still of you who doesn't do any of those things. So in order to have the mindset of someone that does all of those habits and is motivated and inspired and enjoys to do those things, it's going to take some time to transform. You have to give yourself a little bit of time to build that confidence and build those habits. So the 3 things that I used, the 3 ways of life that I have implemented in order to lose weight and keep it off, first and foremost is intermittent fasting. You've probably heard about this before. Again, before you try anything I'm going to suggest, consult with your healthcare professional, follow what's healthy for you. I'm not a medical professional by any means. I'm not a nutritionist by any means. I'm just giving you the tips that have worked for me personally and the tips that I have seen work for others as well. So with intermittent fasting, start slow. There's a lot of different ways of fasting, but essentially the beginner's way is to have a fasting period of at least 16 hours and then an eating period of 8 hours. So what that looks like is, let's say you eat your last meal you stop eating, no more food in your mouth by 8 p.m. Then that would mean that you can eat your first meal the next day at 12, so at noon. Let me make sure I did that math correctly. Yeah, that's correct. Sorry, I was like making sure. Even though I do these fasts all the time, I'm like, when I'm on the spot, I'm like, wait, is that math correct? So yes, you would essentially stop eating for the night at 8 p.m. and then the next day you would start eating again at noon. So what that looks like is just skipping breakfast. You can still eat breakfast at noon. Like I will eat pancakes and eggs at 2 p.m., at 6 p.m. Like I don't care. I don't care what time it is, I'm gonna eat what I'm craving. So you can go ahead and eat a breakfast meal or a lunch meal, but just skip the breakfast eating period. So wake up, wait a little bit, and then eat around noontime. Just starting with that and not changing what you're eating, not exercising yet. We're just changing how often we eat. Not the quantity, not the quality of the food, not our fitness routine, simply just eating in a shorter amount of time of our day. Consuming food only in between 12 and 8 p.m. Obviously, you're free to adjust it and start off with an even shorter fasting window if it's too much of a change for you. For me, I found that pretty simple to do 16 hours of fasting. And then from there, I expanded. Now I will do 17 hours, 18 hours, even 20, 21 hours whenever it's suited to me. Obviously, like you want to work with your body, not against it. So I only do what feels good to my body. Sometimes I don't fast at all. Like if my body's like, I need food, I want to eat, I'll feed it. I'm not gonna deny my body of nutrients if it needs nutrients. But that's different from your body saying, I need chips, I need chocolate, like I need sugar. That is not a real need because your body has no use for those things. It's simply an appetite thing because we're used to eating it. So be very careful when you're first trying to tap into your intuitive eating way, because when we're eating intuitively, we have to make sure that it's our intuition speaking to us and not our habits and the things that we currently find pleasure in. And so intermittent fasting was the first thing that I implemented. I started with the 16-hour fast, and then I added more sometimes. Average, I'll do like 18 hours of fasting, maybe 5 days a week, 6 days a week, maybe 4 days a week, whatever feels good to me. after I was doing that and I was like, oh my God, I love intermittent fasting, naturally, you stop craving so much junk and you start craving more nutritious food. It's crazy because this kind of happened naturally for me, but as I got more into fasting, since you're eating in a shorter time window, your body starts to get used to that. And then your body is like, okay, since we're eating at a shorter window, I need some vegetables. And it's crazy because I would start craving like healthy food. I'd be like, ooh, I really want some roasted carrots right now. That would be so good. Or, oof, you know what I want? I just want to eat like three chicken legs, like just straight protein right now. That's really what I'm craving right now. So as you get used to fasting and your body gets into that rhythm of not eating as much, because even though you're not limiting the amount that you eat, just by limiting how long you have to eat, you just end up eating less naturally, and you're not as hungry because you're only trying to make it through to the 16 hours or the 18 hours. And then after that, you eat as much as you want until 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. and then you start fasting again. So it almost is like very gratifying to eat because you like earned it. It definitely changes the way that you see food because you start to crave more value and more quality versus like going straight to the junk food or straight to the pleasure foods. Like you're still gonna want those for a while, but I definitely started craving more high density nutrition foods like whole foods, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, like protein, fats, like avocado. I'm like, oh my God, I just want to scoop an avocado and eat it straight out of the shell. So don't be surprised if you start craving healthier foods. But after you do like about a month of the intermittent fasting and you're like comfortable with it, it's suited to your lifestyle, you start to normalize that into your identity, then you can move on to the next habit. So the next habit for me was exercising. As I was doing the intermittent fasting, I was losing a lot of weight, but it wasn't like this like crazy weight loss where I was super restrictive. Like just by simply fasting, like I lost a lot of weight and it felt pretty easy. It didn't feel like I was forcing something or like trying a crazy diet. So as I was losing the weight, I'm like, okay, well, I'm looking skinnier now. Like this was pretty easy. You know, now that I look like this seems like something, I look like someone who would go to the gym because now I'm thin. I got to maintain it, right? So I have to start working out now. But it wasn't like, oh, I have to start working out. It was, my identity has changed. I am now like thin. I lost a lot of weight. Now let's start exercising because someone who looks like me probably goes to the gym. So it was almost like an identity shift. That's why it was so easy for me to just commit to it and do it. There was no like rationalization. I wasn't thinking about what I should do or what's good for me. I just thought about what would be fun and exciting because I've changed, I've transformed. And with the exercising, again, you want to start off as slow as you possibly can. You want to start off with things that are very low resistance for you, things that you can easily commit to doing on a consistent basis. If that is going out for a walk, that's fine. If you want to buy a couple bands and do home workouts, I did that for a long time. I would work out at home just using like, you know, the bands, the stretchy bands. They have them on Amazon for like $15, $30. I also got like really light dumbbells just so I could do more exercise, but you don't even need weights. Just with the bands, you can do pretty much your whole body. So with that, again, like slow and steady wins the race. you want to do what is fun for you that gets your body moving. Maybe that's dancing for you. Maybe you need to lock yourself in your bedroom, put your headphones on, and just jam out and dance for 20 minutes. Maybe you can go for a jog or watch a yoga class on YouTube. They have so many free like workout with me vlogs and how to do Pilates, how to do yoga, how to play this sport, how to be more flexible. Like, find something that is interesting to you, that is a physical activity, and start doing that. That's gonna be the easiest way for you to build up that habit of getting comfortable and identifying with someone that physically moves and exercises every day. Like, you think someone who is a professional tennis player is like, ugh, I have to go practice tennis. God, yeah, you know, I'm a tennis player, so I have to practice tennis. Like, no. They may sometimes feel tired and maybe not want to practice. That's normal. But their identity is professional tennis. The reason they got so good at this is because they enjoyed playing tennis. Practicing tennis every day, that's just part of their identity. That's part of who they are. They couldn't see a reality where they didn't play tennis every day. So that's the difference from pretending to be someone you're not and just trying to force yourself into something that you're not, versus changing your identity completely so you resonate with the things that you want to do, the things that would make you the person that you want to be and have that dream body or those dream habits, dream lifestyle. And so exercise was the second tool that I used. I would work out at the gym, I would work out at home. I got a treadmill, actually. I'm very lucky that I was able to just buy gym equipment, but if you can't get a treadmill or any bands or anything like that, there's always outside, there's always body weight exercises that you can do that you don't need any equipment for. But at one point I had a treadmill and I was using that treadmill like every day, 20 minutes, and that was my only form of exercise because that was the easiest thing for me to do to build up that habit. So again, like, there is no right or wrong way to exercise as long as you're having fun and moving your body. Then with the combination of the intermittent fasting and exercising in a way that's fun for you, after doing that for a couple of months, you should have lost a decent amount of weight, or you should have seen a decent transformation in your body, in your energy levels, in your natural motivation. You're gonna start to crave working out. You're gonna start to really crave healthy foods. You're going to start to almost be repelled by the bad habits and the bad foods that you used to love before. Like, honestly, now I remember, like, I used to be like, okay, let's order a full-size large pizza and like the greasiest wings and pasta I can find, and like that would be so delicious. And now I'll have like a slice of pizza and I'm like, it doesn't like taste like how I want it to. It just tastes like empty. I don't know if you resonate with that, like, leave it in the comments below, but when I eat certain foods sometimes, they just taste like empty because they don't have a lot of nutrients. And so again, like I said, there's going to be balance. You're still going to be able to eat the foods that you find pleasure in. You're just not going to eat them every day, and you're probably not going to find the same pleasure in them because you know what it feels like to be someone that takes care of their body. So doing something that is the complete opposite of that just isn't going to feel that good anymore. You're always going to have it in your mind of, okay, like, yeah, it's fun to eat this pizza, but obviously, like, I don't want to do this every day. Not because I can't, I just don't want to. I'm not the type of person that's going to want to do this every day. So you're starting to shift that identity into being someone who has that dream body. That dream body comes easily to them. that dream body is aligned with their desires. They're not fighting against themselves to have the body that they want. They're working with their body to make their body better every single day. So the least resistance possible. Once you got your intermittent fasting habit, you've got your exercise, then you can start to really dig deep into how you want to refine your diet. I tried a lot of different diets and I'm not committed to any of them. I've tried pescatarian, I've tried vegan, vegetarian, I've tried keto, I've tried paleo, I've tried the carnivore diet. I've tried a lot of diets. None of them are like, oh my God, that is the best diet. For me, I think any diet that contains whole ingredients and the least processed food possible, that is going to be the diet that works with you, that you enjoy. So depending on your tastes, if you really like fish and you don't like meat, maybe eating pescatarian is better for you. Does that mean you can't ever eat meat? No. So just do what you want. I did pescatarian for a while. It worked for me. It felt really good. It forced me to eat more vegetables. Then I just started eating meat again and I was like, yep, love meat, still eating vegetables, still eating fish. I also tried keto for a while. Again, just forces me to eat more vegetables and fats because you can't rely as much on carbohydrates like rice, pasta. But these diets just help us like kind of reset and get back to our normal level. At my best, my preferred diet is meats, good protein, good healthy protein, good healthy fats, vegetables, and carbs is fine, just not too many, right? Not like, I don't want the majority of my meals to be carbohydrates, because the more carbs I eat, the less room I have to eat proteins and vegetables and healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, feta cheese. I love the Mediterranean diet personally because I just love Mediterranean food, Greek food. Ugh, love it. So, but again, there is no right or wrong diet. You're gonna have to slowly over time figure out what foods you like the most, what foods you could easily do without, and figure out the foods that you know are so bad for you, but you don't care because you love them. You get to have a few cheat days. You get to have a few cheat meals. You get to enjoy your life and also have your dream body and have great habits and be super healthy. You get to do it all. The key is balance, and the key is priorities. If you really, really love donuts, like donuts are your favorite dessert on earth, you don't really care about ice cream, you don't really care about cake, but donuts, you just can't get rid of them. All right, have a couple of donuts once a week, every couple of weeks, you know, have a couple of donuts here and there. That's fine because the rest of your diet is good. So figure out those things that you just can't live without, even if they're not so great for you. Bad habits, same thing, like bad foods, bad habits, whatever. Allow yourself a little bit of freedom, but don't go too far. Like you just care about donuts, but then you eat like 2 scoops of ice cream, 5 donuts, like a whole pint of, like a whole container of cake. And then you're like, I really like the donuts, but everything looks so good, so I ate everything. And then that's fine to do occasionally, but if you do that every day, that's not healthy. Because when you're eating so much of that sugary food, you're not gonna have enough room in your stomach to eat like the things that your body really needs and really benefits from. So focus on nutrients, focus on refining your diet. The way I love to do this is by adding first, then taking stuff away. So whatever you're eating now, don't remove anything. Don't say, okay, I don't want to eat carbs, I don't want to eat donuts, I don't want to eat ice cream. Don't remove anything. Start by just adding healthy options. So your plate, add some vegetables, add some avocado, add some healthy protein. Just add onto your diet the things that are good for you and leave everything how it is. Then once you start to get used to eating those healthier foods, start to slowly take away the less nutritious foods, the foods that are more processed, the foods that are more sugary and just don't give you the nutrients that you need or want. That way you just slowly transition. Don't try to do anything fast. Don't try to do anything overnight, because you'll get knocked back to where you started. And you might get knocked back so bad that you are worse than when you started. That has happened to me, where I started on a diet and I tried to go too fast, and then I snapped and I started binge eating, and I was just like the complete opposite for so long that I actually weighed more than I did before I started the diet. So I would have been better off just not even trying to lose weight at all. That is a common thing that happens. So take it slow. Don't go too fast. Normalize each step. Keep in that single change, in that new habit, one thing at a time. Keep doing that until it feels natural to you. Then once that is normalized, you can add on and change another habit, normalize that, add another thing, normalize it, add a new thing, normalize, get it? It's like a cycle. You just keep going. Till next thing you know, you'll be completely transformed, you'll have your dream body, and you'll be able to keep it. Nothing that happens, nothing anyone says, no one day of binge eating, no one day of eating dessert is going to take that progress away from you, because you will have normalized it, you identify with it, and that is your new reality. Period. Okay, so I know that was a lot of information. Save this video, watch it as many times as you need to really understand. Anytime you need motivation along your journey, watch this video again, because you can do it. I did it. You can do it. Anyone can do it. Start slow, have faith, and love yourself, okay? I know we want to look a certain type of way, we want to change something about ourselves, but don't forget that you are still valuable the way that you are. You are still worthy of love. You are still worthy of good things. You are still worthy of blessings just the way you are. Don't put all of your self-worth into the way that you look, because you are so much more than that. You are worth so much more than that. Okay, so quick reminder, I already have a few people signed up, so I'm very excited, but don't forget to sign up for the Rewired Play Shop. We're gonna get in there, do some group sessions, have like a one-on-one personalized coaching sessions container. You're gonna be able to have interactions with me, interactions with the other people in the group, and just have like a private, intimate space to reprogram those limiting beliefs and get into that new identity of who you wanna be. Whether that's changing your body, relationships, career, whatever it is, if you are ready to level up, reprogram, get to that next level, this program is for you. So I will link that in the description. As always, I love you. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Mwah.